Welcome to Are We Old? The show featuring two comedians getting nostalgic and tackling life's toughest question, Are we old? Here's your hosts, Mike Fanoia and Charles McBee.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Are We Old? I'm one of your hosts, Charles McBee.
And I am one of your hosts, Mike Fanoia.
What's happening, Captain?
Hi, Bubba. How are you?
Not bad.
What do you got on there? Lord have mercy, Father God, Charles McBee. Is that new merch?
A little bit.
I like it.
A little bit. Well, maybe probably by the time this comes out, maybe it'll officially be out. But you know how you want to know what it looks like in real life before you give it to the public?
Yeah, buddy.
So I did a little sample, had them send me some stuff. And I
like it.
Thanks.
We have a lot of fun merch, too, at our
Are We Old?
Are We Old Everything.
Are We Old Everything. So going on over
punchup.live/Are We Old, areweoldpodcast@gmail.com. 478-420-0690 is our phone number. And you can follow us at Are We Old on all the socials. Thank you guys so much. If you're listening, rate and review and share. It means the world to us, and it's free for you to do. So thanks, guys.
Thank you kindly. So I posted a video the other day, and it got some traction. It got people, talking. And basically the video was about how, I am a habitual Irish exiter.
Ooh, Irish exiter. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I feel like the Irish really got it right with that one.
Charles McBee.
The McBee.
You are Irish.
It's in the name. Yeah. I will Irish exit baptism. I don't care. I don't need the goodbyes. I don't need the farewells. You'll know I made it home, okay, when you see me liking your Instagram stories about the event that I was just at with you.
Literally, you're standing right next to me, and then you're
I'm
it at
home. Poof.
In your pajamas, in bed with your nightcap.
Dude, at the crib.
I will tell you, I think as we do season, as we get a little bit of, age on us, I go home as early as human. Events start earlier.
Yeah.
And end earlier when earlier on in my life, we would pregame. We would wait till 10 o'clock to go out. Mm-hmm. We'd stay out till the bar closed, and then we'd post game somewhere. Right. Now, I'm like, you're still here? You're still here? Get the hell out of here. Time to go.
Yeah.
So I love someone like you because you leave. I'm a hoster. I like to host things. So it's hard to Irish exit your own thing.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll figure it out.
Imagine that.
I'm in my bedroom. Y'all do what you want.
Everyone's like, where's Mike? And they just look at I'm in the driveway in my car.
I'm out of here.
So have you caught flack for your perpetual exiting?
Sometimes, because you'll get the text. Where are you? I'm gone. You didn't say, when'd you leave? 5 seconds before you realized I was gone.
That's it.
That's when I left.
Do you think there's anything wrong with that?
No.
Have you always done
I keep doing it.
Have you always done this? Or is this as you age?
I think it's an as I age. I can't. Yeah, because I used to think that it was I had to stay out as late as possible. I couldn't, miss anything, FOMO, or just the fact that I thought, only the coolest of the cool kids stayed out as late as possible. You had to be the last person to go home or whatever.
Yeah, if you went home early, it's like, what did I miss?
It's like, what do you have, a bedtime? What do you have, a curfew? And now it's like, yeah, I do have a bedtime and a curfew.
I do. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. I always say, I used to sneak out of the house to go to a party. Now I'll sneak out of a party to go home. That's where I'm at now.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm with you, dude. I was in Las Vegas doing shows at the Comedy Cellar. Shout out to the Cellar Vegas. How fun it was. And you're up till 11:30, 12 o'clock, whatever, doing shows. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, if I don't have comedy, I'm in bed. I am in bed
Forget about it.
Early as possible, dude. And there are times where it's like, I'll wake up and I'm like, it's so early still.
Yeah.
It's 11:30 at night, 12 at night, and I just slept 3 hours and I'm getting up for my first pee. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh man, this is heaven. Like, just to not have to be out.
That's right.
And that's the one bummer about what we do is it's like we're night owls when it's, because we have to perform like that. But you can't Irish exit a gig.
Yeah. There's money on the table.
If there's money on the table, I'll stay
I'll
up.
stay. That's literally the only thing that gets me to stay out now.
So if you're having a party and you want Charles to stay,
I'll
put a couple 20s in the pretzels.
Yeah, I'll invoice you.
Yeah. I don't think, now, if you had a party and someone Irish exited, you don't care.
No.
Does that make it easier?
I don't know if it makes it easier, but I don't mind. I'm such a Irish exiter. I get it. I understand it. I'm not offended by it. It's like not even anything to even discuss.
Yeah.
I'll do a text, hey, did you make it home? Okay. But other than that, do not feel any pressure to stick around, to say goodbye.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
For the journeymen and women in the audience that maybe want to become a better exiter, what are some tips that you can give us on how to be a successful Irish exiter? What's your how do you approach? Walk me through. That's it. Roll those sleeves up.
Let me roll
Professor
up the sleeve.
McBee.
Roll up the sleeves.
Professor Irishman.
First of all, you get there not too super late, but you don't have to get there on the early side. That way, you're able to, one, connect with the host of the party, and you're able to get a nice, good host FaceTime in, all right? You make the rounds, whoever's there or whatever, make the rounds, compliment something about them so that you're on their brain. You're in
positive.
It's positive.
Yes.
Hey, nice shoes. Great shirt. Love that shirt. How's the kids? Something that they realize you were there, right?
Meanwhile, what you're doing is you are scanning yourself into their memory of the night.
Yeah.
And they go, Charles was there and he said something very nice about my shoes.
Yeah, and you don't have to give me any crap about when I left. We made a nice, impactful moment.
Yes.
We had a moment.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you don't get the moment, then when you leave, it's like you get extra crap about it.
Sure.
Because there was it's like you didn't say hello. Even if you said hello, it's like are you mad at me? So I make sure you know, hey, we're good. Boom, 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 little yuck, yuck, yuck. And then off I go. And I make the rounds, and I'm already got the timer.
Okay.
It's not an instinctual, like, I think I'll go now. It's like, I knew when I left the house, I'm staying till this long unless something keeps me there that I'm just like, I can't leave.
So it's premeditated to the point of like, before you get there, you go, I'm leaving before 10 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought maybe, because when it's based on how bored I am or how like I've done enough already, I gotta go. My anxiety goes, we gotta leave now.
Yeah.
And I just go, all right, peace. Now, one of the reasons why I would Irish exit in the past when I'd go out to bars is I'm wasted right now and I'm gonna yak on the floor.
Okay.
Or I gotta go eat something.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here. And I'll go, I'm going to the bathroom, whatever, and I'll just run out the door. You know what I'm saying? So that was almost like a self-preservation, like before I make a real idiot out of myself thing. But I like how you're like, they're getting this much of my time and not a minute longer, I'm out. So you go and scavenger hunt. Hello, here's the bottle of wine I brought. Lovely home. Thank you for having me. Nice shirt. Oh my God, your eyes are beautiful. Did you lose weight? And I'm out.
Boom.
And I'm out.
That's great.
The ideal Irish exit for Charles is literally a lap of compliments, and I'm out.
What else is there?
I don't know. Enjoying yourself, maybe eating some food?
Here's the thing. So I was at an event the other night with our friend Richie Redding, who hosted WrestleMania. It was a lovely time, and I stayed to the end because there was an event that we were watching, and everybody there I love dearly, and it was a nice time, and it was a comfortable setting and a comfortable surrounding. Yeah. So in that sense, I will stay, till the end. I mean, I'll wrap it up at some point, but I'll stay till the end. But then there's other occasions where it's like, hey, I'm having a birthday party at a nightclub. I'm having a thing at this lounge. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's something to where
open-ended.
It's open-ended, and it's not a place or an environment that I would want to be in if it was just up
Right.
to me.
It's loud,
But because it's you,
Yeah.
I'm going to come, and what we say in the black community, I'm going to come and show my face.
Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's just a black
You know
community
that? I've
thing.
never heard anybody else say it, so maybe it's not.
Show my
We say
face.
it a lot.
I don't know.
Have you ever said that or heard somebody?
Yeah, I've said it
I'm gonna show my face
and leave.
and leave.
Yeah, I don't think that's. Regardless, I think it's. I'm not trying to appropriate.
That's not a free. What do you think? You think it's special?
I definitely have heard other people say it.
All right, well, this is not.
But I'll give it to you. But you want to know what I would like to do?
I mean, we don't need to claim it. I just only heard it. It's not a thing. It's just something that we say.
You know what? You know what's
You know what
cracking me
black
up?
people say? Hello. We say hello. That's something only we say.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you is
Is it the
something. It's a
black
thing in the
community?
black community.
Can I tell you what's hilarious?
Yeah.
I'm just picturing you going to a birthday party at a bar and going, "Hey, look at me. I'm here and I'm leaving."
I literally did that a couple weeks ago.
Did you?
I mean,
Was it a comedian's birthday party?
I
Yeah.
beelined it to him. He was beelined it. Boom. Nice, good convo.
I love you.
Yo,
Goodbye.
made the rounds. Bop, 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 bop.
And I'm out.
Out of here.
I will tell you, the beautiful thing about not living smack dab in the middle of New York City is that I always have the drive as a reason to leave.
Yeah.
People go, "Why don't you have a stay in it? Do a shot with me.
Yeah.
Have another drink." I go,
That's good. Gotta get
I gotta
back.
roll, man. I gotta go. Traffic's bad. There was and once you start throwing there's construction on the bridge, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta," blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, "Yeah, actually, you know what? I should probably dip."
There's a top 3 Irish exit excuses. Traffic is good. Kids, obviously. I got, the kids.
But you and I don't have kids.
I'm just talking about all around.
You mean someone has kids right now that need me?
That need you?
That's what you know.
No, all around. Anybody can use these. These aren't just ours.
Got it. I thought you meant your favorites because it's like, when did Charles have kids?
Only black people have kids. I don't know if you.
I will
if
give
knew
you
this.
that. I don't have kids. I've never said I have kids.
No, top reasons in general
Sure.
that people use in general. Got to get back to the kids. Dog is a good one.
Dog is my favorite.
Got to get back. The dog. Got to get back for the dog. And yeah, traffic. Got to drive. I got to drive back. Got a long drive ahead of me.
I mean, and also I'll go like, man,
get up in the morning.
I gotta get up in the morning.
In the morning.
And you know what's great about comedy is you could go, I got a flight early.
Got a flight.
I got a flight early.
Got a flight.
And then you go, what I've almost done is I've gone like, maybe I'll just stay up all the way. No, I probably shouldn't. And then let them go, no. Go get.
Yeah.
Because I like to do that. I like to pass the guilt where I'll go like, do you think I should stay? I kind of do have to get home and I don't want the dog to like, and they're like, dude,
Yeah.
go take care of the dog.
Yeah.
And I go, you sure? Thank you, man. Next time, beep, boop, bop.
You know what's great about being a comic? I got a spot.
I got a spot. Yep.
I gotta.
There
gotta
are a
get outta
handful
here.
of comedians, and I'll give a shout to our pal Mark Normand, who is somehow always running somewhere else, and always you are a stop on his evening, and I love it. And I'm so, even if he goes around the corner and goes, "Oh, got them," or he is that busy,
Yeah.
I'm proud of him either way,
great.
because he's mastered the art of like. I have him on a show and I'm like 10:30 spot, dude, and he's like, I'm around the corner, and then like he comes 10:29, he's in, kills it. Thanks, I'm out.
Yep.
Got another one. And
Comedy.
he does like,
Outta here.
comedy, and then runs.
Humps a stool and gets out of
That's
here.
it. And he bounces, and I'm like, perfect.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Yep.
You
Also-
never have too much.
Never have too much.
I love that.
Always leave them wanting more. And here's the thing, and I'll close. It's not ever about your love or lack thereof for the person when you Irish exit.
You're valuing your time.
It's just, yeah.
You want some peace and quiet.
I want to just, or this, like I said, this may not be necessarily, an environment that I would naturally be at, but because it's for you or whatever.
You know, it almost is that thing of like, how dare you ask so much of me? When people put on these big, grandiose plans of like 3 steps of a hang.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right.
It's like, wait a minute.
Let's get to the end of step 1.
Yeah, right,
Let's
right.
reassess.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you for Irish exiting. Sometimes I hate when you come with someone to a thing and they're like, "Are we leaving?" Or stuff. And I'm like, "Buddy, you're on your own.
Oh no,
we're grown-ups. I'm dipping."
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Want to tell you about a fun thing. Remember when we geeked out on the Fraggles recently?
Absolutely.
So I found out that they were going to be doing a Fraggle Rock live show.
Uh-huh.
And I was up in my home state of Connecticut, and at the Schubert Theater in New Haven, Fraggle Rock Live was there.
There we go.
And I said to my wife, you know, it's a little bit of a drive, but I'm like, what the heck? We'll go get a pizza, a famous New Haven thin slice, Abitz. A pizza is how it's spelt.
Oh.
And it's Abitz. And it's a New Haven way of saying pizza. It's thin crust, very like kind of coal, dirty on the bottom. So when you're eating the pieces, you have like coal in your nails.
Oh, okay.
It's a dirty slice of pizza, but
dirty
it's
slice of pizza. You dirty slice of pizza.
You got to come up and have one. Anyway, and then we took in a show. Fraggle Rock Live.
Fraggle Rock Live.
Can I tell you, they rock.
They still got it?
They fraggle and they rock.
And they rocked.
Now, here's the thing. We got seats at the end. I like end seats. I like to be able to dip. Speaking of Irish exiting, the show's ending. I'm like,
yep,
let's go. So we're in the back in the lower level. We're watching people mill in with their kids. Kids are screaming. Kids are crying. Her and I are looking at each other going, thank God we don't have kids. But here we are at a kid event, right? We're not the only two people that are there reminiscing without children, right? I was actually kind of blown away about how many gray-haired, balding, folks our generation without kids, just maybe a little stoned, maybe
probably
a little boozy.
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
a little like,
we'll
oh man,
little...
let's go see the Fraggle. Let's do an edible and go see the Fraggles type thing, And we like made eye contact with a couple of other couples and sort of were like laughing and rolling our eyes at babies crying and stuff like that. You could see parents walking out with their crying children, pissed at their children that they now have to miss the Fraggles.
The
parents are like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
That's red.
And the kids are like, I don't know what the heck is going on here.
Like crying, and we're just like, ugh. So the Fraggles, and I have video, we'll put it up right now. They were looking for the pleasure stone, right? So this stone got like disintegrated and shattered and spread all around their, where they live, and they were looking all over for the last piece to put together. And it was like it was like a joy stone, and it was going to bring back joy to the world.
Oh, we could use that.
Heavy duty stuff, man, right? And they put it all together, and I'm going, babe, I got it figured out. I go, I know what they're going to say at the end. So they get the final piece of the stone, and they're like, how come it's not working? There's no more joy. Spoiler alert.
The crowd.
You're the last piece of the stone. You people. And I'm like,
that's right.
You're talking about us, babe.
That's right.
And that's when the indica
Gotta
hit,
get
and
involved.
I'm like, oh my God, we're the other piece of the stone. And I look at her, and I got like a little bit like stupid sappy weepy. And she's like, you're a tool. And but they were singing, and we were all clapping and singing along. Worries for Another Day. The Fraggles, bro.
Yeah.
Live event, so much fun. I had a couple realizations during this.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the band Fish.
Of course.
I've seen them now. I'm probably approaching like 300 times live. I think that Fish are the Fraggles.
This is a theory that I'm willing to go down this road with you.
So here's the deal.
All right.
Some of the Fraggle songs that they sang were like, I'm pretty sure I've heard Fish play songs that were like almost carbon copies of, not that they're still, I just think it's the same brain.
Yeah.
I think that Fish are human Fraggles. I think that like a lot of the songs had the same beat, the same message.
Fraggles are fans? Or is Fish fans of the Fraggles?
I think Fish are maybe fans of the Fraggles, but I also think that like they're just maybe part Muppet.
Yeah.
And they're, you know what I mean?
That's how they're able to do so many concerts.
Yes, exactly, dude. But I'm listening and I'm like, babe, does this remind you of anything? And she's like, what? They were throwing glow sticks into the audience. That's a big thing at Fish concerts.
Okay.
And she's like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking right now? And I'm like, this kind of feels like a Fish concert, doesn't it? And she's like, oh my God, it really does. And the songs were dead on, dude. And I'm like, and they got a you know, Red is one of the,
Right.
and Trey Anastasio is called Big Red because he's got red hair and whatever. And I'm like, there's too many parallels.
I think
here,
you
dude.
might be onto something.
Yeah, and I also think that maybe Fish and their playfulness was my adult, like my spirit liked them because they're so adventurous, fraggly. Like I was a disciple of the Fraggles as a kid, and these guys are kind of fraggly a little bit. So I'm like, oh my God, this makes perfect sense.
Makes sense.
They're human Muppets.
Yeah.
And they live in their own world, and their songs are you either get it or you don't.
Yeah.
And I remember people who didn't really dig the Fraggles as a kid. So I think it's kind of like if you love the Fraggles, there's a good chance you love Fish.
I love that there's a nice Fraggle community out there.
Buddy, it was bonkers. And I'll tell you what, the Fraggles, the people that now run the Big Fraggle,
Yeah.
they're killing it. Dude, I wanted to buy my niece and nephew a little Now, when I say little Fraggle doll, you know, a small, something you carry around, $60 maybe,
Yeah.
$70, and I'm like,
how much is your childhood worth?
how much is your childhood worth? And the tickets weren't cheap, and I'm glad I went, but I looked at the price and I'm like, I am not justifying buying a Fraggle doll that the kids are gonna go neat next. You know, like that's a thing where like I bring it home and it's like a you know,
keep it. Yeah,
keep it.
But you're also able to, as an adult, to know like, all right, this is.
But they did not look like even the durability or the quality of the stuff that we used to
right.
have when we were kids that were probably $7.99 or
Right.
whatever. But all in all, beautiful experience. But it did kind of have me thinking about something that I wanted to ask you about. This is a thing where we don't have kids.
Yeah.
And do we miss out on events like this, other things? It's going to be weird for me to go to the circus alone. It's going to be weird for me to go to an aquarium, perhaps. Aquarium's different, but, you know, things that kids get to go to and parents get to go to because you have to bring the kid. There's a weird little part about not having kids that's a bummer because you don't get to go to the playground.
Especially not a dude.
Me alone at a playground?
Yeah, it's not happening.
Not happening.
No.
Is that a bummer? Do they have? Why don't they have adult play? Well, I guess that's bars.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. I'm gonna say for different reasons. So we don't have kids, but we don't have kids, I think, for different reasons. You don't want kids.
No.
I do want kids. So I think more people who align more with you might be more inclined to say, I'm not missing out on anything because I don't want kids. And people who are more inclined with me might go, yeah, I'm missing out on a ton because it's something that I eventually want. And so when you see other things like that or other people with their kids or your friends with their kids or whatever, you're like, oh, man, you know, one day I would like to have that or one day blah, blah, blah. So for me, yeah, I do feel like you miss out on a lot because that's something that I want. Yeah. But I don't know how it is if it's something that you don't want.
Well, our mutual friend, Leclerc.
Yeah.
Shout out Leclerc Andre, very funny comic. We were together at the Comedy Cellar in Vegas, and he was at the pool with water guns with his kids. That's fun.
He brought his kids to Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
And that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a thing where I'd kind of like to be able to go, like, you know, play water guns with a kid or throw them in the pool or whatever.
Yeah.
It's weird when you're a friend of your dad's or whatever, and now I'm like, boom, super soaker and a kid in the face and throwing him. And then, you know, so it is that weird kind of thing where it's like, it's neat to be a parent and play those games.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be that. I want to be able to punch out. I want to like rent a kid to like play games with and then be like, yeah, go change your own diaper, you stinky.
That's where Uncle Mike comes into play.
Uncle Mike, see, you're right.
Yeah.
And that's where, you want to be in the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
You want to be,
Yeah.
here come feed the baby food.
I
and-
mean, I want it all encompassing. Am I looking forward to the day of changing a diaper to it? Of course not. But I think the greater of what it comes with it, I want.
Okay.
So if it comes with crappy diapers, then it is what it is.
Okay.
But
All
yeah.
right. Well, Charles, we stay friends long enough. You could be changing my diaper. Because I'm not going to have any kids to...
Listen, my kids, we're going to be changing each other's diapers if I don't hurry up and just...
Who wants to have a kid with Charles McBee? Are We Old Podcast at gmail.com, 478-420-0690. You're going to be a phenomenal dad.
Thanks, man.
And I think because
you're going to be... Well, you're already a phenomenal uncle.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I think I'm a good uncle, but I'm also... I've had to kind of like... Not with anybody in particular, but I've like seen kids and gone, I would do it different.
Oh, of course.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? But then I got to just bite my tongue and go, hey,
yeah,
I don't have to be here after this cookout.
That also. Yeah.
Very
yeah,
nice.
totally.
We had a voicemail.
We have a voicemail.
What's the number again? 478-420-0690.
There you go.
That's 478-420-0690. Nostalgia line.
Boom. Here we go.
Hi, can you talk about the games that 80s kids used to play, like Perfection, Mousetrap, and Operation? Thanks. I love your stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate the message. The games us kids used to play.
Yeah. I mean, we had them all. I mean, like a bunch of them. There was even sometimes I'll rewatch like some of the commercials. Like I didn't even remember this game. You remember Don't Wake Dad?
Don't Wake Dad?
Don't Wake Dad.
I thought you said Don't Wait Dad.
No, Don't Wake Dad.
No, I don't remember that game.
I never had it, but I remember the commercials was like crazy. It was a board game and it was like a toy fake. I mean, obviously it's fake, but it was a toy dad that would be lying down, sleeping, and you would roll the dice and you would go, around the board or whatever. But if you landed on a certain spot, or and anybody who was listening, if I'm saying it wrong, or when you played the game or had the game, you can correct us. But if you landed on a certain spot, or if something went wrong, or if you hit a button, Dad would wake up and like an alarm would go off and he'd be like, "Don't wake Dad." I just remember the commercials.
My God, dude!
The
Yet
commercial
another
was wild.
game that would give you a panic disorder.
They all the games back then gave us panic.
The game Perfection. I've been talking about it on stage lately. I don't know if you heard it at Hot Seat. I was talking about Perfection.
Yeah.
This game. Now, to the listener that called, I want to ask back and send it in. A lot of the games I had were hand-me-downs.
Mm-hmm.
The games had a lot of longevity. Board games were made out of like durable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was hard plastic games with gadgets and gears and levers and a lot of it was based on getting something done before an alarm would buzz or Dad would wake up or the parts would shoot pointy things into your eyes. Like Perfection was one that I had that I loved but I hated.
Yeah.
You would push down the board.
Of course.
Start the alarm. Tick, 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 tick. Now you're a 6-year-old defusing a bomb.
Right.
Okay? And you're putting very sharp, 3-dimensional crescent moons and stars and, all these different figures into the holes that are moving.
Yeah.
And the clock's looking you in the eyes and your family's going, come on, don't mess this up. The whole world depends on you. And if you didn't get it done in time, the board would shoot up at your face.
That's right.
And
Like shrapnel.
Literally like shrapnel. And a bomb would go off, and you would have sharp pieces just blasted in your retina. Your rods and cones would
That's
get all
right.
screwy, and you would be scared of loud noises for the rest of your life.
Our good friend Aaron McGuire, who she has a great bit, so I won't butcher it, but she talks about the game Operation.
Yeah.
And which is the same thing.
Same thing.
She's just like, who at Hasbro thought, like, you know what, the kids love surgery. It's just, it's just like, I mean, yeah, all those games. We had a game, one of the games I used to like to play was Don't Break the Ice. Did you ever play this game?
No.
Don't Break the Ice. Talk about morbid. There was this contraption, basically these little blocks, where if you put them all together, they looked like ice cubes, but you had to piece them together so it just looked like a nice flat, plate of ice or whatever, and it would sit up on these sticks, so it would prop up, and there would be a guy sitting in the middle, just a little toy figurine of a guy in the middle, and you would take these little plastic hammers that would come with the game, and you would tick 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 tick, and have to push each piece down, and it will fall down, and the other person will have to tick, tick, tick on another block of ice, and you had to keep going until one of you kills this guy.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's called
And the other person wins?
Whoever doesn't kill the guy wins. So if you it's like Jenga where your piece, blah blah blah.
Yes.
If you tap on the ice, that it's like Squid Games. It might as well be. I think Squid Games had one of something like that. But if you tapped on the ice, that collapsed the whole pond.
Oh my god,
your guy was dead.
Wow. No, I never played that. But
Yeah, don't break the ice.
I would say that probably if I had to name like my top 3 as a kid. Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Of course.
I absolutely loved. Hungry Hungry Hippos was so fun and dumb.
Yeah.
And it was just like bang. It was almost like you felt yourself evolving when you're playing it, where you're like, this is fun, this is fun, this is stupid.
This is gorging. You're just gorging on marbles.
I'm just eating marbles. Like that, right? Another game similar to that, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Bang.
Rock'em
boom,
Sock'em.
Bang.
Yep, of course.
I loved Simon.
Oh yeah.
Simon there were 4 different colors, and you had to follow the pattern.
Good memory.
Good memory.
All that stuff.
I could use that now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could bring that back for like the old
fight
heads.
dementia.
Yeah,
seriously. But my favorite of all time always will be. It had a killer movie that was based on the Parker Brothers game, Clue.
Oh,
Clue, boom, boom, boom. Dude, I had it to the point where they had a video version of Clue where you popped it in and you were in Burma solving a crime in a hotel. You were in the Maldives. So you went on all these different adventures, and you would watch, and you'd see Professor Plum would hide a knife behind the vase, and then it would stop. Now it would go, now stop the tape. And go to the game, and you had to follow along and read and go. So there were I was deep into Clue.
That's great.
And then the movie was just Yvette. Woof. And do you remember the movie?
I don't remember. I didn't watch it.
Have we talked about this?
Mm-mm.
Charles McBee.
No, I've never seen Clue the movie.
You have. I'm looking directly at the camera.
It's one of those.
Charles.
Yep.
We have to watch it. We have to watch it.
Guess we have to watch it.
We'll watch it on the Patreon.
All right.
You played the game.
I played the game, but it wasn't a big game in the household, but I played it. But yeah, I knew the game was so huge that I knew what it was.
I'm going to say one word to you.
Yeah.
Remember this word, Yvette.
Yvette. All right.
Okay?
All right.
And you'll know why.
All right.
What would you say your top 3 were?
Top 3 in the McBee house, Sorry. I mean, it's a simple game, but it was just to be able to just.
Was that?
No, it was like the little Hershey's Kisses looking pieces, and they all had different colors, red, green, yellow, whatever. And you basically had to make it all the way back around the board and get to your home base, and you had like 3 or 4 pieces, and everyone had to make it around the board and get to your home base. But if depending on where you landed and depending on what the dice said or whatever the case, you could bump the other person and they would have to start.
I love a game when you could bump.
Oh, it was great.
Nothing beat bumping someone.
Bumping your siblings. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Bam.
And then they're throwing French fries at you.
Oh, it was great. For funsies, me and my mom and my sister played like maybe a couple months ago. And it was just, not as an adult, it is fun to just like bump your mom, and she's just like, really? You would do this to your mother?
Yes, I would.
Yes, I would. So Sorry was great. Monopoly, banger. Let's see. And then we would do, I don't know if we're counting card games, but Uno is huge.
Uno was huge.
Yeah. And then I guess for the top other two, I mean, those were the main.
Oh, yeah, I only did 3.
Oh, 3. Okay, those are my 3. Yeah.
Dude, that's fun.
Yeah.
Break the ice sounds like a...
Don't break the ice.
Don't break the ice is like a
Don't break the ice. And every commercial was the same. It's like, don't break the ice.
Yeah, and it's 2 kids like, wow, all sugared up. Well, listeners, what are your top 3 board games or card games growing up as kids, and why? And did you cheat? I always like games where you could kind of... where you caught someone cheating.
Yeah.
You know? I had a buddy that had a second Uno deck.
Oh, really?
It's like, buddy, how
kind of Uno shark is this?
Like, yeah, you're gonna be Uno for the rest of your life, buddy. You ain't we don't want to come hang out anymore.
Yeah.
Are We Old Podcast at gmail.com, 478-420-0690. Follow us on the socials. We love you all. And
stay young.